Hello, spiritual warriors. This is Nicole Abyssinio, continuing our spiritual warfare series. Today, I'm talking more about soul ties. I felt like the first introduction, there's a lot to it, so I just wanted to give you the main points and the basics of what they are and how to break them. I had posted those prayers below if you want to check out that video as well and haven't seen it yet. But today I want to continue in that talk because there are more to soul ties, and I'm going to bring in some other things as well in terms of items that you may have that are related to soul ties. So, what I want to bring up is so far we have worked on putting together a list of anybody that you sinned with. Right now we're talking about sexual sins, but just remember you can apply that to any other area. But you're writing a list of anybody that you connected to in that way, in a sinful way. You're also doing pornography. It's very important to list specific porn sites. It's a very possible that you have an unholy soul tie and that spiritual cord if there is a specific site that you keep going back to. Again, think about this as you're combating this addiction, which it will not be an addiction when God is done, because he will break it and he is more powerful. And this is the information and all the good stuff that you're getting to get out of it and to be completely free. So please, this is not the time to give up. This is the time to power through, to stay strong. I am a bit of a spiritual coach, but I think that that's really important because the enemy will try to discourage you. He will try to stop you. He will try to hold you back. He'll try to tell you that you can't be free, so you should just give up, and that's just complete BS. So, moving forward, if there is also a specific porn actress, model, whatever she is, on one of these sites that you keep going to the same one over and over again, that is another thing that is happening. And if you have her name, that will be a great help. If you just have the porn site name. And also, listen, a lot of people have been through a lot of bad things or have struggled in certain ways. If you do not remember a person that you had sexual relationship with, or you don't know who that porn person was that you met on this website, just list what you can, and you can, list even, a small description when you talk to God about it and you do that prayer. God knows. He knows their name. He sees everything. So don't feel like you're going to miss one. Now, I've done these in my conferences. I've seen people break out in conferences from doing this amazing process. So that's been really cool to see, with both single people and married people, which has been amazing. And I'm specifically thinking of one young man right now who came with his girlfriend to a conference, and they were, trying to stay pure for marriage, but he broke out of, his list wasn't like 100. It was so long, the list just kept going and going and going, and he got so much freedom. So, don't believe the enemy's lies. The enemy is lying to you. God knows the truth. He knows that you can be free. There's nothing you've done that he can't forgive or that he can't break you out of. So moving on, it's also important if you use certain things, like if you're using your computer and that's where you're doing that, there are spiritual warfare prayers. You do need to do perimeter prayers. You do need to cleanse your computer that you're using. You need to make sure that you didn't keep anything on there. Make sure that those files are deleted. You don't want any connection like that whatsoever. The same with your phone. I know some people literally have wanted to throw their phone or their computer in the lake. Listen, I would give up anything for God. If you need to do that, but you can break it. You do need to pray. There's a little bug in here. You do need to pray over those things, and you do need to break the ties with those as well, which I know is weird, but that just is what happens when you are opening the door to evil spirits. And this, again, is some advanced stuff. What is also very important, and I helped a young girl with this, is you don't want to keep any clothing that you had that you sexually sinned wearing, whether it was lingerie, men, boxers, whatever that is. You do not want to keep that. That is not good. If you can, get rid of it. If you cannot get rid of it, I mean, I'm all for just getting rid of it and burning it, frankly, which I've done fire pits with priests before where we've burned stuff for people, or even for me back in the day, that really did help. Because remember, and I'm not saying anybody's possessed, there's oppression, and that's what's happening to most of you, but most likely. But it is very important that you get rid of these things. And just like a place can be possessed or oppressed, and a person, we know it's a person, a place, but it can also be an item. And I think people don't realize that you have to be really careful and take back territory in your home. There's amazing perimeter prayers. Look for a perimeter prayer to, once you have broken out of these things, or once you have gone to confession, you need to say that perimeter prayer daily to make sure that nothing's coming back into your environment, especially in your bedroom, especially if you're going to be sleeping. I highly recommend some amazing tools that the church provides, which are holy water. Please get, not just, I mean, regular holy water is great, but I highly recommend holy exorcised water and holy exorcised oil, anointed at the doorpost, anoint your forehead. This is going to help you, because I'm working with people, and let's be real about this. I'm working with people that are struggling so much that even if they beat they were not sexually sinning, they got woken up in the night, and then they got forced to sexually sin. Or it happened, I'm sorry, but it is an attack. It's not just a dream. You guys, I don't like when people are saying that they just had a bad dream. No, you got spiritually attacked demonically in your sleep. This happened to you. Like, that is not, none of that stuff is good. It's not normal. It's not supposed to be happening. That is the enemy attacking you when your guard is down, or waking you up so that you have to battle again at 3 o'clock in the morning. We do not want these things happening to you, and we need to know. Another one that's really good is blessed salt. If you're really, really, really extremely suffering and struggling, and it's if you're one of those people, and I think I've talked about this before, where you're trying to get to 2 to 3 or 4 days without doing pornography, that is very likely not a bad habit. That is very likely demonic bondage. If you're counting down days, or you are so excited because you got to 2 weeks and then you fell again. Okay, that is not the way it's supposed to be. That's not how I'm praying for you, that is not how it's going to be forever. That is not how it is for me. Once it's gone, these different spirits are gone. So these are different ways that you can help protect yourself. But back to that blessed salt, if you're really suffering, putting blessed salt into a warm bath is extremely helpful. That blessed salt, exorcised salt, is extraordinarily powerful, and when it's there, then it's completely covering you. We know warfare prayers, we know the sacraments. The rosary, you already know, is an enormous, it's just so powerful. I actually had a friend convert because they prayed the rosary with me and said it was the most powerful prayer they ever experienced, and they actually prayed it for a year every day because it was so powerful before they converted. But yeah, it brought them so much further in their spiritual journey. So again, these are all just different things along the way, but I feel like the stuff with the soul ties and the breaking and the warfare prayers, like, these are all things that as a strong spiritual warrior you can be doing and you may not know about, or the enemy's blocking you from doing it. Don't let him stop you. These are all things that are going to, it's basically like if you go to war, you're going to have your, you're going to have your gun, you may have multiple guns, you're going to have your armor, maybe if you're a cop, you've got your bulletproof vest. That's what Ephesians 6:13 through 20 is talking. It's talking about all the different pieces of your armor of God. So these are all the gifts of the church that you are given. Reading the Bible, reading Holy Scripture. So I hope this talk helps, and I will be back for another talk again. Please subscribe and get on the mailing list. I think there's a specific button that you hit so that you'll be alerted when I have a new video. I'm trying to do this series quickly. I feel like there is an urgency in October with everything that's coming with this election. We need protection. We need as much protection as we can. Please ask your questions below. I look forward to helping you even more. Oh, I have one last thing that I want to add, because I was just in a private online session helping someone who is battling sexual sin, a priest to be. He's going to be a wonderful priest. And he said that he's living in a place right now with other people that are sexually sinning. That is definitely why you need the perimeter prayer. It does matter. It does count, because they're in your environment. So you've got to pray the perimeter prayer within your room and with the territory that you own, even if it's just around your bed, wherever you are, that is your property, that is yours. Because yes, if someone else is bringing pornographic materials into your house, like those spirits are there. Then you're dealing with them, whether it's family members, maybe they have generational bondage, maybe it's, it's friends, it's roommates, it's brothers and sisters, whoever it is. If you're in an unsafe, spiritually unsafe environment, you've got to do the best that you can to protect your specific personal space and make sure nothing is in that. And yes, that should help you as well. Thanks, guys. Let me know what you want to hear about next and ask any questions. God bless you.